Hey everybody. So it's already been 6 months since we had our Truma AquaGo installed in our RV. And in those 6 months, we've been cold camping, we've been camping in the heat, we've been boondocking or dry camping as some people call it. We've also been camping in campgrounds. So in that 6-month period, we got a pretty good mix of all different styles of camping. And I thought, what better time to give you guys a little update on how everything is working than right now. I'm going to start with some of the things that we really like about the Truma system. One is that there are 4 modes on the Truma AquaGo. They being Eco, Comfort, Clean, and 12 volt. So those 4 systems or those 4 modes are going to give you a lot of options when using your Truma AquaGo, and it's going to make things simple when it comes time for winter camping or winter storage. It's also going to make things simple when it comes time for maintenance. So let's start with Eco. Eco is the mode that we're in 90% of the time, maybe even a little bit more than that. So Eco mode, the way Eco mode works is the system is almost on a standby mode. It's not heating anything. Your propane is on, but it's not using any propane. The only time Eco mode starts to heat up the system in the AquaGo is if you open a hot water valve. So, that could be in your shower or at the sink. So I consider that almost like a on-demand system. The system's kind of just chilled out. It's just calm. You open up a hot water valve, it turns the system on, and in a few seconds you have hot water. That's the mode that I like to leave the system in the most. The only time we switch over to the next mode, which is comfort mode, is if Sabrina wants to take a shower and wash her hair. This process can take up to 45 minutes, and she believes that the comfort mode gives her a little bit more consistency in the water temperature, and she says it also gets a little hotter. I've never used comfort mode. I only use Eco mode because that's about as hot as I would want my shower. Even in Eco mode, I'm already mixing cold water with the hot water to bring it to a temperature that's comfortable for me. The comfort mode is just a different system. It's not as efficient as Eco mode, because comfort mode, what that does is when you turn it to comfort mode, now the system's always on. It's always using propane to heat the water. And to me, that, I don't know, I just prefer that Eco mode. I think the Eco mode is incredibly efficient. But I've noticed in forums that we are the odd ducks. In Truma forums and RV forums, it seems what people are doing is they leave their Truma system off. And then if they want to take a shower, wash their hands, they go over to the dial and switch it over to comfort and turn it on and then wash their hands or take a shower. To me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I like the Eco mode being on a on-demand system. I want to wash my hands, I want to hop in the shower, I just do it. I don't go over and turn the knob or anything. It's sitting there waiting for me to open up a hot water valve anyway. To me, having it off all the time and switching to comfort just seems like an extra step that I don't necessarily need to take. But that's just me. So if you have a Truma AquaGo, I'm curious, how are you guys using yours while you're traveling? Are you doing what Sabrina and I do and just leave it in Eco mode the whole time? Or are you doing what people are saying in the forums and you leave it off and then you turn it on when needed? The other good thing about the Eco mode, I'll say too, is in cold weather, if you were to turn your system off and then forget to turn it on at night and temperatures drop down to like 20 degrees, you could damage the system because now it's off in a cold climate. Whereas in Eco mode, the other way that Eco mode works is not only if it's, if you turn on a hot faucet, but if the temperature drops down to 40 degrees in the system, it turns the system on, warms up the AquaGo, and then shuts back off again. So it's kind of protecting itself in cold climates too. So again, I go back to the fact that I think Eco mode is where it's at. You guys let me know down in the comments. I'd be curious to hear how you're using your Truma AquaGo. The other mode it has is Clean mode. And this third mode is, as you're traveling across the country, you're using the system, you can get a calcium buildup in your plumbing and stuff like that. So Truma recommends having the system cleaned out once a year. And they make this really simple. They sell these little tablets. You take 6 tablets, you insert them into the Truma AquaGo, you switch it over to clean mode, and in 4 hours, the system has completely cleaned itself. This is so different than what we used to have to do with our old tank system. We would have to get a tool. There was a nylon nut. Some people have like an anna rod that they have to swap out. There's nothing like that. No tools or anything like that required. So that's clean mode. Tom from Morton's on the Move did a great video on how that clean system works. He takes you step by step, and I'm going to put a link to his video down in the description so you can check that video out. He does a really great job of showing you exactly step by step how that system works. It's really simple. It's really simple. The other good thing about not needing tools or anything like that to open up the system is if you were to winterize your RV, the Truma AquaGo is incredibly simple to winterize. All you have to do is, again, is you open up the service panel. With the system off, you open up that yellow tab, fold it down, and the water just drains out of it. Once the water is drained out of it, there's nothing else to do. The system, you button it all back up and you're done. It's winterized. That's it. That's all you have to do to winterize it. Now, the rest of your RV, that's a different story. But as far as winterizing the Truma system, that's all you do. It just couldn't be any simpler. But what if you were like us and you like to travel all year round and you're traveling in the wintertime and you want to use your RV in the wintertime and you don't want to winterize it? How do you keep that system warm? Again, Truma, these engineers, I swear they think of everything. This has a little 12-volt heating system. The nice thing about this system is it's not just a wintertime thing. Once you have it installed, you just leave it installed. You don't just put it in for winter, pull it out in the summer. Once it's in for good. You don't have to keep switching back and forth. But what it does is if we were traveling and the temperatures are going to be dropping down below freezing while driving the RV, you turn it over to 12-volt mode and it keeps that water warm. It's not going to get it hot. It just keeps it warm and stops it from freezing. It's really just an anti-freeze kit. It's not to use for showers and stuff like that. So it's only for in transit. It's only while you're driving. While you're driving down the road, this system's on. Keep your Truma AquaGo warm and prevent it from freezing while driving. Then once you set up camp, you get to where you're going, you turn your propane back on, you switch it over to eco mode, and now you're just using it regular. Again, it just couldn't be any simpler. James from the Fit RV, he did a fantastic video on the anti-freeze kit that Truma sells. And he did a video, do you need this? Because not everybody does. How does it work? How do you install it? And James, if you've ever seen a Fit RV video, again, those guys are great, step-by-step video, and he does a fantastic job with that video. But now I want to talk a little bit about how we've been using the system in the last 6 months. As I mentioned, we've been boondocking and we've been in campgrounds. When we're boondocking and it's in eco mode, we're just like sipping propane. We barely use any propane. It's been fantastic just how efficient the system is in that eco mode, that it only turns on when you're opening a valve. Somebody did a test with a Truma AquaGo, and on a 20-pound tank, they were getting 30 days of 30-minute showers a day. That's really good. And I believe it. I think we get more than that. Well, we're not taking 30-minute showers while we're boondocking, I guess. I'm not even taking 30-minute showers when we're hooked up to a campground. But it's very, very efficient in that eco mode. It has been a joy to have. I don't know how else to say it. The Truma system for us has just been a joy for us to have. While we're at a campground, the nice thing about the system is there is no tank. Like before, we had a 6-gallon tank, and you would turn it on in the morning and you'd wait 20-25 minutes for that tank to heat up before I would take a shower. And then after I got my shower, you'd have to wait 15-20 minutes so that Sabrina could then take her shower. We just recently took a trip to Mexico and we brought our niece with us, and all three of us, where we were on a schedule, we were there with the Fantasy RV Tour, and all three of us, we were on a schedule. You're trying to get ready in the morning. This Truma AquaGo, what a game changer it was for us, because I could take a shower, get out of the shower. Sabrina could go immediately in after me, take her shower. She gets out and our niece takes her shower. There was no waiting 20 minutes in between. There's no waiting 5 minutes in between. The system gets hot in seconds. So you have a continuous amount of hot water. As long as you have propane and you have water, it's going to be hot. It doesn't, that's the other way it saves, I feel, that's the other way it saves on propane is, you know, with the other system, the tank, when you have a 6-gallon tank or a 10-gallon tank and you're waiting 20, 25 minutes for this water to heat up in the morning, that's just wasted energy. This doesn't waste any energy. All the energy it uses goes into heating the water, and that's it, and it's that fast. It is ridiculously fast. You turn on a faucet and in under 60 seconds you have hot water. So it's been very convenient for us. It's been, you know, a time saver when we're trying to get ready. If we're at Disney World and we're at the campground, we're at Fort Wilderness and we're trying to get ready and we're dropping Belle off at daycare and then we're going to the parks. We save so much time by not having to wait those 20 minutes or try to schedule our, you know, our morning routine around that 20-minute heat up period and then another 20-minute heat up period. So it really has been great. It's been a lot of fun to have this system. It's changed our comfort level in the RV. I feel like this was a great upgrade. And I say it is an upgrade because it truly is an upgrade over our 6-gallon tank. When we were having issues with our 6-gallon tank and it started leaking and it was time to replace it, one of the things that Sabrina and I like to do is we like to upgrade any appliance that we're swapping out. You know, recently our microwave went bad, so we replaced it with a better microwave. So we got microwave convection oven, and it's nicer than the one that was in before. Our water heater, it went bad, so now we replaced it with the Truma AquaGo. It's nicer than our 6-gallon tank. Our refrigerator is slowly on its way out. We're going to replace that with a 12-volt refrigerator. So whenever we have an opportunity that needs something that needs to be replaced, we might as well upgrade. And that's exactly what this Truma AquaGo is. It's by far or certainly an upgrade. It's been great. But that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, you can give it a thumbs down. Again, I'm going to put those links to those other videos, one from Tom from Morton's on the Move and one from James from the Fit RV. I'll put both of them in the description. If you have any questions about our Truma AquaGo, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. If you have a Truma AquaGo and you want to share your thoughts on it, please leave them down in the comments below. The Truma AquaGo is very popular in a lot of high-end RVs right now, so you might have one that was already installed in your RV, or you might be like us where you upgrade it to a Truma AquaGo. All right, everybody, take care, safe travels, and I will catch you next time.